I feel withered by all those moments in my life when I think of my mom when had to Thoda adjust. That means she has to little adjust in several things. I learned these lessons in a very hard way by two things, by travel and experiences. When I say travel experiences, when I met a lot of people and when I observed several people. This meaning of little was very different when I came through an experience which was little hard to digest for a while, but I would like to present it to you all. One of such incident was I was traveling by train to a place called as Vapi in Valsad, a town in Gujarat. I boarded a train with a few passengers. As the train chugged from one station to other station, I saw the several passengers got into the train and the train kept occupying a lot of seats. At some point, after crossing a station called as Virar, I happened to see a lot of people packed in the reservation compartment, then the equivalent number of seats. As I moved to my seat, I saw a man was occupying my seat. So to my surprise, I wanted to check if I boarded a wrong train, I was or on a wrong seat, and I wanted to check with if he had a wrong seat or a wrong compartment. So when I inquired, the man was little trying to negotiate me, trying to say that I would be getting on in the next station, which is just 1 hour away from this place. Why don't you adjust? I was a little reluctant to agree for his kind of negotiation, and I said, I have booked it and I would like to have my seat, please get down. And the negotiation went for some time, and he realized that I'm a little nutcase to crack, and he politely got down and went away to an other place where somebody could probably adjust with him or adjust to his request. On the other side of my same place, there was a boy who was in middle berth. When I say a boy, he was an adult of an 18+ year old, and then there's a lady who was in the lower berth. They were negotiating for asking, because she wanted to sit down and then he wanted to be lying down and travel. So this negotiation was a little funnier to watch, because she would call husband and try to tell on the phone, tell to that boy that ask him to negotiate and ask him to pull down and sit with me, and I would like to sit, and the boy was kept saying to the woman yelling over the phone. The husband would have probably heard it, saying that no, I want to travel by lying down. So this was a little funnier, but that probably did not catch my attention so much. But what happened was I was a little more concerned about other form of adjustment which was happening, which was just adjacent to the place where I was, where my seat was. And I heard two women were trying to explain to a man who was sitting in their seat, saying that no, this belongs to us. We have made a reservation and kindly move out. But the men kept requesting, saying that no, we would like to sit here and please kindly give us some amount of space, because we need to also get down to other station. Like me, they were probably also a little nutcase to negotiate, because they also were adamant of not wanting to give their seat to anybody else, neither to adjust in the seat. And I kept saying that we have done this reservation, better go off, otherwise we going to complain the TC, and things went like this. This led from one argument to other argument, because there were exchange of a foul language, which I'm not in favor of at all at any time. But however, in the given context, probably I'm using this word mob because not one or two, everybody looked, they were against these two women who were fighting for their own right of having their seat. I understand that humans are complicated, and I also know that at times men are too complicated. I witnessed this mob changing their voice, asking these two women to behave like women. You see, you suddenly become a gentleman because you feel offended when somebody raises the voice and become equivalent to your way thinking. I see that we often stereotype genders, and we expectations are also set accordingly in the society. Very unfortunate. I am not in favor of this foul language used by the mob or this person who had the right to get the seat. But if these men believe that the woman should behave a little gentle, I believe these people should also be a gentleman, try and go to unreserved compartment in case they don't have reservation. See, there is no excuse of asking for an reservation when you have unreserved tickets until the seat is available and the TC gives you a fair right kind of expectation. This, unfortunately, these people in system also don't help us to make this travel a great experience. Many times becomes bitter. I understand the human side is required at times of crisis, but crisis cannot be presented as every day. I have several instances where people make such requests when I travel often in trains. I do yield to such requests at times, but also deny at times, because I understand the importance of being on a human side at the time, and you should know how to waive such kind of requests. I may not be able to give a medal to these two wonderful women who fought for the right, because they were not ready to adjust. and it was not right to adjust. That I believe so. I also may not be able to fix any issue of the railways. Being a citizen, but I'd be probably able to share a story like this and tell, which is true in nature. But I definitely like to upload this to more people who just don't adjust because somebody need an adjustment for the wrong ask. Do you have such wonderful message or story to tell us and share with us? If so, please put that in comment section, and we would like to listen and hear an applause for your effort of not just adjusting because somebody wanted to adjust for a wrong ask. Thank you.